it into you. This iced coffee is probably one of the nicest iced coffees I've ever had. There's one and it's booty. Tell the vlog what you're actually picking up and show them. Jesus.
Look on the mirror.
Okay.
It's still above ground. No, it's gone out the ground.
So I've been back from the gym quite a while, but I still look like this, so apologies. It is the weekend and I just don't really care about how I look. I had a bobbin and I don't know where I'm after putting it. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Hello guys, welcome to today's vlog. Today's vlog is a bit random just because I wasn't doing the typical hi guys, here's my day. It was more just taking clips and I'm going to intersect it with little chatty bits like this. I've been going to the gym since the start of this year and there's been a couple of breaks when I've had to go to trips, go on trips even. So when I went to London and Utrecht, etc. But I'm actually really enjoying it now. I feel like I'm in a rhythm. I'm confident in there. Like obviously I go a lot of the time with Owen and I could count on 2 fingers how many times I've gone by myself. I ran and did 1 kilometer, which I know people are going to be like, that's nothing. I hate running. Running is not my friend. I hate it. If I can, I'll avoid doing it at any cost. So I ran for 1 kilometer and then I was happy. And when I ran at like 9.5 kilometers an hour speed. So I'm happy with that. I like getting my little run in. And then I did legs. So the leg press, calf raises, the ones, what are they called? Oh, I can't think of it. Anyway, gym's going really well. If you want to hear more about the gym life, let me know down below and I might do an in-depth video on exercises to do if you hate the gym and don't know what to do, because that was me until the start of this year. And you know what I think is really funny? I started going to the gym in January and it's now May and I only now feel comfortable. I don't know if that says like a lot about me and how nervous I am, but yeah. I actually love really chill vlogs like this or even chill weekends because I'm so used to having like mad frantic weeks and weekends. So when I have like a weekend where I don't really do anything except go to Specsavers, get new glasses, get lunch and a coffee and maybe throw in a gym session, it's my ideal week. I love it so much. And speaking of glasses, I went and got glasses in Specsavers and I'm kind of like not a fan. I've just had like, some bad experiences with Specsavers in the past. But that's why I'm like an Ace and Tate girly. Like the glasses I'm wearing now are Ace and Tate. I had that one little sponsorship with them. I love Ace and Tate. But anyway, I went to Specsavers because my boyfriend was like, check your PRSI, which is the thing you pay when you're working. And the last time I tried to get something on PRSI, they told me I was too young. And I'd already been working for 4 years. So that's a scam if that is actually a real policy. But anyway, I got 2 pairs of glasses. I got these cute little silver ones. I'll insert a picture here. And then I also got sunglasses and I'm obsessed with the sunglasses. I feel like they're really fashionable, they're just trendy, they're stunning, they suit me. I'm just buzzing that I have like such nice sunglasses. And the best part is they were only €45 because my PRSI paid for the rest and the eye test was free because the PRSI covered that. I'm just very happy for once regarding like what I have received from the government. I don't know if that's the right way to phrase that, but yeah, buzzing. But yeah, I think that's all I really have to say for now. I actually want to talk about something later in the vlog because it's something that I've seen a lot on social media recently and it's to do with friendships in your 20s. So yeah, if you're interested, keep watching because I will be talking about it later in the vlog. So yeah, let's continue with the video. So after the gym, I went into the farmer's market in Athy. I love a good farmer's market, especially the one in Carlow, and I love to see the little one in Athy. So I obviously went straight to the baked goods and I got something and I made mum vlog me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Has been recorded.
yeah.
We just got little cakes. I'm gonna reuse the tin. Which one?
Good afternoon. Oh god, I'm after just getting a shower, so I look like this. So I made a promise to myself not to apologise how I look, so I do not apologise for how I look. Right, so the whole point of this kind of chatty part of the video is because I've seen some on social media and I feel like I am the perfect person to talk about it. As you may know, I love my friends, I love brunch dates, I love going for cocktails, I love random FaceTimes, even though I sometimes don't reply to messages because I'm terrible at texting back. I love sharing secrets, I love harmless gossip, especially with Charlotte. We are the best for harmless gossip, but then I also feel like I'm a woman and it's like in my hunter-gatherer nature to gossip, because if we didn't gossip back in the hunter-gatherer ages, how would we know what berries are poisonous and what people are evil, etc. But obviously if you are like me in your 20s and you have friends, you will be well aware that with having friends also comes the risk of losing friends. And I think this happens to absolutely everyone at different stages of their life, but this happened to me in my 20s, so I feel like we should talk about it. If you are going through this and you're at the stage where you've lost a load of friends and you're just feeling a bit lost or a bit low, you need to remember that life is full of stages. So right now I'm in my post-grad working stage, career stage maybe. So the first couple of stages will be primary school, secondary school, hobbies, college, first job, etc. And basically the whole point of acknowledging the stages is because a lot of the times you have friends out of convenience, and I think if you look back to people that you were friends with years and years and years ago and think, if we met today, would we be friends? You kind of see that. And there's nothing wrong with having friends out of convenience, because everyone wants to have friends. Like, you don't want to be in a swim team or in school and not have any friends. And personally, my friend group situation has changed multiple times since I was 5 to now 25. And oh my god, I just realised that's 20 years. That sounds crazy. But if you are at the stage now where you're just finished college and you've drifted away from people and you're devastated, that's so understandable. But you also need to remember that you're about to enter into a new stage and you're going to make loads more new friends. And also the friends that you've probably lost them for a reason. If you weren't able to kind of keep hold of them, either you drifted away, especially because of the pandemic. I'd say loads of people have lost friends due to the pandemic. I'm very lucky that a couple of my friends, we probably haven't even spoken that much since the whole start of the pandemic, which I know sounds crazy, but in my heart I still think we're best friends. God, imagine if I ring one of them now and they're like, no, we're actually not friends. I just think you kind of need to make an effort, make sure you try and keep in contact. But if you are after losing someone that you were friends with in senior infants, it's probably just a new stage. I will put my hands up and say that friendship breakups are 1,000,000% more hurtful and painful than a romantic breakup. I started to go to therapy in 2021, I think, or maybe it was 2020. I think it was the very end of 2020, and then all the way in through 2021 until around June, July. And I thought I was going to therapy to kind of deal with my romantic heartbreaks and how they had impacted me, and anxiety and all my other things that came along with that. And then it was through the therapy sessions that I realised that the biggest hurt that I was holding on to was losing friends. And yeah, I think just saying that out loud is really important, that to recognise the pain is really real, obviously. Really real. God, my English is amazing. And I think what makes it so much worse is because when romantic relationships break down, it's kind of you're mourning what you thought could have happened, but when a friendship breaks down, you're mourning the actual loss of a really good relationship with a person. And maybe the relationship wasn't that great, but you still would have shared good memories, milestones like, I don't know, graduating college, finishing secondary school, that really fun trip in TY. It could be anything, and losing that is very emotionally damaging, really, and it damaged me. But I feel like now I'm grand. And actually, the reason I was able to kind of move on in the moment from a friend breakup was surrounding myself by other people that I was friends with, but maybe I wasn't best friends with, and just really throwing myself into those relationships and making them as strong as I can, or I could at the time. And obviously I'm not telling you to just distract yourself from more people, but I think it is really important to look outwards and see what else you have, because if one friend group falls apart, I'm convinced that everyone has like another secondary group to fall back into. When you are around the same group of people for so long, it's all that you know, and it can be really, really hard to let go of that. But just know that there is more to it, and life isn't going to end with this one breakup, the same way life doesn't end with one romantic disaster breakup. If we all just fell apart every time we had a disagreement with someone, or we decided not to hang out with them anymore, I don't think anyone would have any friends, ever. One thing that I don't really agree with, or something that I haven't really ever done, is the whole idea of cut someone off if they're not serving you. I just can't imagine myself being in that situation, just because the people that I hang around with, I don't think we would get to a stage where that would be necessary, because if they don't serve me, or that the relationship isn't aligned, I don't think we'd get to the stage where I'd have to cut it off. But I think that is just something that comes up a lot when people talk about friendship breakups. But I also feel like when people talk about friendships breaking down, they're the person that has been kind of cut off. You don't really hear about the person talking about it who did the cutting off. So I feel like if you're relating and you're sad that you've lost friends, it probably is out of your control. So I'm very sorry. If you are the person that has lost contact with a friend and you've tried to reach out and you're not getting anywhere, it can be very easy to fall into a mindset of, oh my god, I'm a terrible person, I did something wrong. And maybe you did do something wrong, and maybe it was a disagreement, or maybe it was a fight, or maybe you did something, etc., etc. But I think it's really important to remember that people aren't good and bad. There's no like a good person and an evil person. If life was like that, it would be so much easier to kind of navigate. And as you grow older, relationships of all sorts, romantic, platonic, have to go through crises, and they have to get out the other side for the relationship to work long term. And one thing that again is important for any type of relationship is this phrase rupture and repair. So disagreements, arguments, etc. are unavoidable in life, but the important part is how you fix it afterwards. So there's 3 little simple steps, and if you follow the 3 simple steps, like any friendship can be repaired. It's apologize, forgive, and learn. Apologize, forgive, and learn. So if you're in a friendship group and you did something wrong and you're very sorry and whatever, you need to apologize for that and actually acknowledge what you did and acknowledge the hurt, and just put yourself in the other person's shoes and make a conscious effort to change. But then the other person who's upset and annoyed has to forgive. Well, they don't have to forgive, they can say no, that's it. But for a relationship to work, they kind of have to forgive. Then they forgive, and they acknowledge that the person is sorry and that it's not going to happen again. But then the last step is the most important, the learn. So if in a year's time something else happens and the person who forgave gets annoyed again about the original issue, then they haven't learned. Or if the person who apologized repeats the same behavior, they obviously haven't learned either. So you kind of get thrown back into the dilemma again of rupture and repair. But I just think if you are in any dilemma and you're kind of trying to figure out how do I fix this, just think of those 3 things: apologize, forgive, and learn. And if you apply them to the situation, hopefully, maybe it can be fixed. And that's probably my main advice for how to avoid losing a friend in your 20s. I personally lost like a number of friends. Like my 2018 to 2020 was fairly chaotic, but I think 2018 to 2019 was probably like the worst year of my life. And it was just like a mess, and I lost so many friends, and from different groups as well. Like it was a chaotic time, and like I said earlier, I went to therapy for all of that, and I'm over it. I'm at the other side of it now, but it definitely is a journey, and we're in 2022, and I can only now properly say, yeah, that part of me is healed. And I'd say probably in 2021 it was healed anyway, because that's when I finished up therapy. And I just think if you are going through something similar, you have to give yourself time to kind of go through that. And it's not something that can just be fixed with, oh, well, let's just forget about that. If you forget about it, which I did for I'd say 2 years, you're just going to never properly get over it. And the next thing you're in a therapy session in 2021 and you're bawling your eyes out about a memory that you had with your friend in 5th year. So yeah, that is my piece on that. So that's all. Oh, look who it is. Alexa, turn off light.
Okay. The last bit of the bag.
There's more.
Pretty blue jeans and me